guys to Scullcraft Season 2 Vanilla SMP. Yes, so we haven't seen Vanilla in a long time actually, and I think FTB is kind of wearing down for me. Kind of had a great realization, which was pretty much you play FTB to make power, and then you make power to get more power. And that I realize now that I've played FTB so much, I'm kind of getting a little bit worn out. I might go back to it. I probably will go back to it, but yeah, so yeah, I'm back on Vanilla, and I'm having a good time so far. And as you can see, I just enchanted a pick. I also got this one, and I got this one. I was recording those actually, but the audio for my mic was not recorded because I was making some like time-lapse stuff and stuff that I'm probably not going to upload ever. But yeah. Alright, so as you can see, this is what I've been doing. This is my castle. Sorry if you don't like the high FOV. If I check my FOV setting, it's on Quake Pro. The reason for that is it makes me feel like I'm running faster even though I'm not. Because after going so fast in FTB, if I turn the FOV to normal, first of all, everything looks so zoomed in and plain. In my opinion, bad. Because like in real life, if you had let's say the world I'm viewing it is a 3x3, this and this would look farther away than this because it is farther away. But in Minecraft, I can't really tell that. But then if you put the FOV on really high, it does look like that. Plus, you look like you run really fast and everything's farther away, which kind of makes it look cool, in my opinion. So yeah, this is my castle. I'm not really too satisfied with it, but I do have some plans on how I think I can make it more my style instead of all this, like, a lot of people use stone brick really well. I personally suck at it. I mean, I see some people that make stone brick structures just look so amazing, but I can't do it. So yeah, I think I'm just going to stick with my old friend Cobblestone. I'm pretty good at using that guy, so yep. That's pretty much what I have to say for now. I don't have a lot to do. One thing I'm thinking of is ripping out 4 rows of this cobble or this stone over here, but I don't think that would look very good. But then again, I'm not really an expert at building. I just build for fun and all that. So yeah, that's my castle so far. My plan for that is pretty much just a general good-looking structure, just for fun. And I'm gonna do technical builds too. And some of them integrated into the castle, but yeah, it doesn't always work out too well. So if I put my brightness on 50 here, or what I usually like to do is I even like to go down to 20. Let's just go 25 because I know YouTube videos are a little bit darker than how things actually look. First of all, if you can see, the torches have a little flicker effect, and if you go on Moody, it's really evident, and it just looks so cool. And if we walk over to my castle here, like perfectly night came at the right time. So first of all, as you can see, mobs would actually look like they're coming out of the dark at night, which is good. But like the castle just like, come here, man. It's dark outside, come to this brightness. So like if I turn the brightness to full, it just ruins the effect because the outside is just completely bright. There's just like, if you're playing for seriousness or map building or something like that, yeah. But for something that's supposed to look medieval, if you put the brightness on 20, it just gives you a great effect. Yeah, my computer fan is actually spinning. That rarely happens. So yeah, I think I'm gonna play like this or with 50, but too bad it resets to bright every time I log in. I don't know how to change that, but yeah. So I think I'll get some work done, and I shall be back. That's my little check. It seems I have struck it lucky. My inventory is pretty clogged up, as you can see. I've just been unloading what I've been getting from digging this place out into here, but I found a double dungeon. Like they're not right next to like they're not like within each other, but both spawners are definitely in range, and there might even be a spider spawner somewhere because I keep hearing spider hissing. But this is great because this is kind of early on XP. This is the kind of lookouts you need to make a server really, really fun and near the start. Because like this will let me start taking off and doing really advanced things a lot faster than usual. Because when you have the enchanted tools that just last forever and 2-hit mobs and can dig really, really fast, and like with my efficiency 4 pick, I've gotten all this cobble already, and like considering that I've been just pretty much mining for cobble for an hour to build for 20 minutes. That's kind of ridiculous, right? Like I do strip mining for cobble because like digging out a chunk or something like that would just be kind of silly and kind of a waste of time. But if I make an efficient use of time by strip mining, then you get like output like diamonds and stuff. That's how I got so many diamonds on the Scullcraft fan server. If you remember the Scullcraft fan server, I just called it Scullcraft because fan server, it actually just took up too much space in the title and just kind of blotted out the actual video name. So I didn't record the I'd call it the Scullcraft fan server, but that was the Scullcraft fan server where I was building that huge ass castle. I'm not sure if I ever showed this, but at the end I had 53 diamond blocks. I think that's 7 stacks or so of diamonds. And how I got so many was all the cobble you saw used in that castle. About 99% of that was cobble I got just from strip mining, and yeah, so you can kind of tell how efficient strip mining is for diamonds and cobble and stuff. Like it's not too efficient for cobble because you're distracted getting these ores and stuff. So that's the one downside. But then again, getting the ores is amazing because it makes you rich. Another tip about strip mining is one of my biggest pet peeves in Minecraft is actually when people do 2-block power mine shafts. That is perhaps the stupidest thing. I just don't understand why people do it. Like, yeah, but you cover every single block. But here's the thing. Most veins in Minecraft are at least 2 blocks wide. Like, when you find redstone, it might be something like that. This is 2 blocks wide. If you dug a tunnel here and dug a tunnel here, you would hit the same vein from both sides if you didn't collect any of the ores. And just imagine that with diamonds, how much of a ripoff that would be. And then, the even bigger thing is you can often find veins of ore while digging out other veins of ore. So that kind of increases the pretty much when you find ores on top of ores, then both sides you would dig up the vein of ores. So that pretty much makes the most efficient distance is probably around 10 blocks. Now that sounds ridiculous, but imagine a coal vein. A vein of coal sometimes stretches 10 blocks, and if you're digging that out, you'd run into it on both sides, and often when you're digging out a 10-block vein of coal, you'll find iron, gold, or lapis, or sometimes, if you're lucky, even diamonds in between. So, why I'm breaking up this redstone is I need levels, XP levels, XB levels. Alright, so I just have coal left. Coal isn't very efficient. How else can I get levels? I've been smelting up stone here, but well, I guess I'll grab that out. It's worth something. There's some iron here, some gold in there. No, I'll break the coal off camera. Be right back. My parents just don't get it. They don't know how to shut up. But this is my 4th time interrupted. I'm getting pretty frustrated. But alright. Alright. So, I got a Silk Touch 1, Efficiency 4, which is extremely lucky. It was at level 26, which probably makes it an even better deal for me, but now I need a good pick, so I'll just make a plain old diamond pick. Why I'm making just a plain old diamond pick is probably because it's probably just because I don't have anything better. I think I'll put level 1 on it, so let's grab 1 level. Oh, come on. Could you possibly be more cheap with the levels? I think smelting cobblestone is better for levels than smelting netherrack, but alright, let's put level 1. Sometimes I can't get a good level, and sometimes it just blocks amazingly. I don't know how, but I don't know how stupid enchanting mechanics work. I had a big struggle with that, so alright. Let's continue to work on the farm. Now, I think I have everything. Oh, there's one thing I really wanted to bring, I forgot. I think I'm gonna need around 15 pieces of glowstone land. Why this is kind of so extreme for me is I hate the nether. There's nothing in Minecraft I hate more than the nether. Like, the generation is so random, you wouldn't be able to tell if it was a cave or a cliff to lava. So I just have to be so careful, and I crouch around so slowly, and then I gassed, actually. My first death on the server, I was in the nether, looking for another fortress, and what happened was, after I was escaping, I found myself on a ledge somehow, like, I don't know, I think it was 5 blocks thick, 2 ghast shooting at me, but here's the problem. There was luckily it wasn't lava underneath, and it was just, nether rock, but it was around 40 blocks down, and you can't survive that without feather falling. So what happened to me was, I was running around parkouring on ever disappearing blocks as the gas shot them, and I died. And that was annoying to retrieve my items, but at least I did get to my items. If I didn't get to my items, I think I probably wouldn't be recording this right now, because I had a lot of my, I had, my diamond pick on me, and, that was when I just kind of entered the server. It was my first diamond pick. My first diamond pick is actually in that chest. It's still not broken. I'm not going to ever delete that. It was also made from the rare diamonds I ever find caving, because I don't do a lot of caving. Caving's not my thing. So, yeah. So, what my plan is how spawners work, I should probably mention, is they're pretty cool. Minecraft, the developers are pretty smart. I think within a certain area around a spawner, if there's more than 6 mobs, it will stop spawning. So that prevents spawners from being impossible to take over, but it also prevents spawners from crashing the game. But you can still do that if you're smart. Now, if you simply bring the mobs out of the spawning area, then they'll spawn infinitely, because there are no mobs in the spawning area. But then you can build them up somewhere else. Now that's the little trick I'm going to be doing here. And it's going to be pretty fun to build this. It's actually pretty simple what I'm going to do. This is near bedrock. If I press F3 here, look at that, and then Y6. I actually usually love to leave F3 on. If I remember to, I turned it off for recording. And why I leave F3 on is I managed to retrieve my items, for example, in the nether, because I left F3 on. Whenever you go somewhere you think you might die, like, for example, if you're playing FTB and you're in the maze, leave F3 on, because when you die, let's say, you'll probably, if you're playing FTB, you do have the death markers on, but let's say you don't. And this is especially helpful for vanilla. If you leave F3 on, what you can do is when you die, it will give you the death screen, right? But then this will still be here. You can read your coordinates, quickly write them down on a sheet of paper, and then you can go to those coordinates. And one helpful tip about the nether, that scared me, is always write down, if you're in the nether, write down the height, because the nether doesn't spawn like the overworld. There's no just surface. It's more like there's just layers of nether rock, and it's all weird and goofy and hard to explore, and overhangs and lava and shit like that. And it's just really, really helpful if you mark down your coordinates. Oh shit. You can break these, right? Yeah. Oh well, I have silk touch on me anyway. It wouldn't really matter if you couldn't break them, but yeah, so I have marked down a few coordinates actually of a huge vein of glowstone I found, which I was waiting for a silk touch to come break. So yeah. And right now, as you could probably tell, I was using, and I still kind of am, I'm using, like, ores and stuff to get XP, and that's extremely inefficient. It's hard, a lot of mining, just a little bit of levels, and it helps for the start, but now that I found this spawner, it just changes the game, man. I'm so thankful. I don't exactly know the design for the floor and stuff I'm using, because I do want this to look decently fancy. I don't want it to be just a plain box, you know, that's not my thing. I want to make every project I do my own. I don't want to make it something generic, something that looked like generic B made it, because I want it to look really kind of, really worked on, like, I don't want it to be plain is what I'm saying. I want it to be as kind of, I want to spend a lot of time on each project I do, so that the game is fun for longer, because, like, even in vanilla, like, there are infinite things you can do. You forget what you were saying, and I completely forgot what I was saying, so sorry if I always feel like my commentary is incomplete. Getting cut off all the time really doesn't help you maintain your thought. So yeah, I forget what I was saying, and I'll just keep working. I think it was something to do with me wanting to make every project really special and just work on it a lot instead of just a little bit. And that's what I'm doing here. Like, I'm bothering to bring stacks on stacks and stacks on stacks of wood just to spruce up the place a bit. And I put a torch behind there. And why I didn't bother, another thing I want to address before I get 10 million comments, or I usually don't get 5 comments, but the server is only for guys we know, for people who record with okay quality and can record often and play a lot and stuff like that. Yeah, and by okay quality, it's not getting 2 FPS while dying every 5 seconds with a cobblestone box as a house. That's not cutting it. And most of the time, we have to know you. Unless you're really something that you just stand out, like, a lot, that might get you onto. But for most people, you're probably not getting on. I hate to break it to you. We are looking for more members, though, that is true. We had, I don't know why, the server's just become less active, ever since Nick couldn't pay for the server anymore, and we had to get a new map reset. That kind of just brought the popularity down. I don't know. I haven't even seen some people ever. Like, I haven't ever seen, I think his name is Connor in real life, or, yeah, I haven't ever seen him. I saw him once on the first world for like 2 seconds, and then he left. But since then, I haven't seen him. It's been almost a month, I think. And there are other people I saw that, like, I just haven't ever seen since, like, I saw some people on the first map, but I just haven't seen them. I'm not sure if they even know that we have a new map for Scullcraft ever since the old one went down. Now it's kind of just like me, Max, Super, Jaeger. Those guys kind of. Tom 8, but he plays mostly FTB. I did play mostly FTB, though I think I'm kind of edging towards a transition to mostly vanilla, because if I had to choose to play FTB for the rest of my life or vanilla, I would definitely choose vanilla. Just because even though you can play FTB as if it's vanilla, nothing's going to convince you to. I mean, you're sacrificing so many things if you're going to play FTB like vanilla, and it doesn't feel right to be walking around when you could have a jetpack, to be digging with picks when you could get a turtle to do the job for you. So that's the reason, ultimately, why vanilla and FTB don't feel the same, even though FTB is everything vanilla but more. If there's a more convenient way, you're gonna do it. So that's why like, even though we could play FTB like vanilla, we don't. It's because we always try to find the easiest way to do things with the equivalent results. And FTB makes that easier. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. So yeah, continuing on with the spawner stuff, I completely forgot something, and that's, I guess I'll flow the mobs towards the back. So that means I have to cut a little slot out, a complete slot. I did not say the other word that kind of sounds like that most older people, I talk as if everybody's like 50. Most, stop spawning zombies. This is the skeleton spawner, what the fuck? Alright, so, yeah. And then we place a torch up there so no creepers or something, nothing spawns in there and slows down the, what am I doing? And nothing slows down the rates. So, yeah. Alright, now I know nobody's ever gonna walk behind here to take a look at this, but OCD, something I recently acquired, after playing in my single player world for that week or so when FTB was down, and so was when the FTB Ultimate Pack wasn't working for me, and Vanilla server was down, and I started that single player thing. I might continue it. Not sure. I think I overdid myself. I tried something way too complicated for a start, and I just overdid. I didn't overdid myself. Making up words here. I kind of overworked myself for the first project. It was way too much. It wasn't too beneficial. And I kind of didn't plan out that world a bit. I actually kind of have a game plan for this world. And if you want to know what that is, that's pretty much do what you feel like doing. Do what you need, not what you think will be cool. Like, if you think it's going to be cool, but you don't want to do it, don't do it. Just do something you enjoy. And that's kind of my plan for this world. So far, I think I've been doing a good job, though. I dislike tearing things apart, but I think I might have to eventually tear apart some parts of the castle and build it, because it just looks bad. It looks way too fancy with all the smooth stone or stone bricks I'm using, and it just doesn't look medieval enough, for my opinion. So, alright guys, we're making good progress in the skeleton spawner. This is the more beneficial one, of course, because skeleton loot is so much better. But now that I've kind of done one, I guess the other one will be pretty much the same. So I guess I'll do that off camera. And I will be back once it's done. The zombie side, at least. So see you in a bit. Because left, I went ahead and I made the mob evader. I haven't hooked it up yet. Like, this is a mob evader. Pretty much what it does is it lifts mobs 22 blocks up. You can do 23, but some mobs will die. So I just do 22. They will have a heart, so some will be 2 hits, some will be 1 hit. This kind of carries the mobs along. Just continuous water stream, and then they fall down here. Now I just took that jump because I had protection on my boots. I know I could live, but as you can see, barely, and that will leave the mobs, I believe, with pretty much critical health. So there'll be a 1 or 2 hit kill. If I really want, I can use a sword, like a wooden sword or a stone sword or something like that. It's kind of unnecessary, but if I'm impatient while punching, it's always an option. So just purifying, well, more like just kind of making it like is it in this particular design. If I want to make something like this fancy, I need all sorts of blocks and do higgy-majigs, but that's a pretty simple design. This is just a quick connector path up here. So now all I need is a few more fences, or not fences, signs. And I make those like this. Alright, and some more water buckets. And I made an infinite spring. Let's kind of clear out my hotbar a bit. Alright. I love the stackable buckets. If it weren't for the stackable buckets, this would be so much more painful than it is. Alright, so after this, I think we can kind of just fill in the water source blocks and pretty much close the space off, but yeah. Now I have to be careful because I have no torches. I think I'll close it off now, but you know. Alright, so we can start now working on this. What I'll have is I'll have this go like that. Now as you can see, this doesn't reach all the way. What I can do is I can go like this, and go like that, and it will connect up, but I have to find a good place to do that, because if I do it here, then the mobs here will get stuck, because they'll try and swim up. Let's see, this is 2 blocks. Nah, I don't think this is a really bad length, actually, I've run into here. Kind of unfortunate that I did, but I think this might still work. Skeletons might have a little bit of trouble entering there, but it is continuous. There's no still water. This is still water, but once they get into this piece of still water, they'll start swimming up. So, all right. So over here, I have a little block to climb out, as you can see. Okay, hopefully you can't hear the background noise. I know my mic does a pretty good job of it, but my mom is blabbering on like she usually does. How did I do it on the other side? Is this... I feel like I made this side a block wider. I think I did make it a block wider. My mom's like yelling pretty loud. Hopefully you can't hear. Huh, it's the same thing. I wonder why this side feels like it's extended out more, if you can tell. The problem is if I have it like this, the skeletons are going to jump. And they're going to get stuck here like this permanently. And I don't know why that is. Why isn't this water flowing the same? I think I made this spawner 1 block too wide. Yeah. I made this side 1 block too wide. What I can do about that is nothing, I guess. But just remake the wall. Pretty annoying process, but I guess we're stuck. Our house would make good reality TV. So I went ahead and set this thing up. And now all I have to do to get these spawners working is honestly to break the torches now. The skeleton one was actually pretty exciting, but like I just couldn't record because my parents and my sister were getting in a big argument. And I really don't blame my sister. My parents are kind of unreasonable at times. And yeah, especially my mom, but whatever. She kind of has temper, as I said earlier. So yeah, I think I missed a torch. Oh, that's gonna be so much of a pain. Actually, not so. Why are you stuck? Oh, I forgot to do that, huh? Alright, light it back up, light it back up. I have 7 torches. It's like a new record. No, just kidding. Alright. No, it's kind of wasteful. Not really. To break glass, whatever, it doesn't really matter. I know that doing that isn't like a secret code to stop spawning. It's just the light level. I don't have anything else to put torches on, pretty much. That's why I do that. Alright, so let's fix this place up. And hopefully no skeletons decide to show up on the other side. Okay. Let's go ahead. Of course I have to mess up. And that should do it. If that does the trick. Alright, I need to get out of here now. I really need to get out of here. Let's do that. Hop out. Break the torches along the way. And this stuff is really tough sometimes. It takes a lot of fiddling. Alright. I am out. Now if I break that torch, there shall be no light at all. I guess I'll wall this off. And on the skeleton side, there's barely any light getting in, but there's a little bit of light in the corner, but I don't think it's actually affecting the spawner. It's kind of too far away. I block that off. Now I kind of have a safe AFKing area. And Yeah, pretty cool, huh? XP. Now, the cool thing about this is if I stay right here between the two spawners, all the skeletons will build up there. They won't despawn. They'll just infinitely build up. So it's AFK friendly. You could go AFK for an hour, and if your computer can handle it, keywords there. You can select the time, set a timer or something. When you come back, there'll be like 50 or 100 skeletons. Like if you have a pretty good computer, you can do this for like 2 or 3 hours, and it's pretty good. So, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys later. Please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll make more of these episodes later.